Maybe Drake don't know he lost. What's up, world? Your boy Challz Brown back again talking facts. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe. Hit notification bell. Keep sending those Cashapp to CLBMG. Join the membership. And all you buying that merch down below. Gang, listen. Maybe Drake never learned how to lose, gang. Maybe he just doesn't understand what losing entails. Maybe he just thinks the war is still on, right? Salute the certified boogeyman. He put a post up on Twitter, I believe it was yesterday, and it was hilarious. It was a picture. I didn't even look at the picture closely before I read the caption, and the caption said, "Retarded man still fighting World War II 29 years later after the war has ended," right? You thinking it's a Japanese soldier, and you look and they impose Drake's face on the Japanese soldier. The shit is hilarious. Maybe Drake just doesn't know how to lose, or that he completely lost. The war is over. This guy is appealing this thing, gang. We're going to go on to 3 years of this appeal. We saw the case come out of nowhere. We saw the thing go. We debated for months back and forth if the bubble bath rapper had any case at all. And if you sit there long enough and you love this guy enough and you want to twist this shit enough, you will make it into a case. And he has a case if you're low-key kind of dumb, right? If you're kind of ignorant to the facts of what we're fighting about, yeah, he had a really great case. When you put these words into legal jargon, it sounds really serious. I'm going to read this article, right? But once you take the words off of the page, off of the record, off of the songs, and you put them into actual written word, and you try to determine what they mean in a court of law, it sounds really, really serious. And you're like, oh my gosh, did he really call him a pedophile several times? That is kind of defamatory when you don't understand hip hop, right? When you don't know what's going on, or you're choosing to be willfully ignorant. This is a really good case, gang. This is an open and shut slam dunk case. But over here, we practice the laws of hip hop, right? We go by the certain codes established for 50 years in hip hop. Hip hop, in and of its nature, was conceived and created in competition. You cannot get into hip hop and be a rapper, breakdancer, DJ, graffiti artist. You can't do any of it and not expect competition. We're seeing a J. Cole debate engulf even the best of us, right? I see YouTubers now starting to try to make the case. Has it been long enough about J. Cole backing out of the battle? Are you guys going to hold this against J. Cole forever? This is hip hop, gang. We thrive on the sport of competition. I know the labels have made this thing into a money grab, and we're all about the numbers and first week sales for most people who don't understand this culture. But the people that understand this culture from day one, we're not talking about your radio presence and your brand that you've carefully sculpted for the last 15, 20 years, whatever that may be. We're talking about, as a rapper, when you step up to the plate and say, I'm going to rap against another rapper, we expect you to compete to completion. So what we've done with Drake and J. Cole, we've seen this battle morph into the most ridiculous case of one guy backing out fully, another guy battling up until he decided, I've had enough of this. I've battled, but I'm done with battling. I'm going to walk away, take my ball and go home. And when I get there, I'm going to call my lawyer because he called me some really mean things. And the things were worse than what I called him. So I'm going to go to court and tie up the legal system for 3 years or more, trying to reverse this battle. That's what he's trying to do, gang. He's trying to reverse the battle. I know Drake fans are getting the comments and try to break down the lawsuit. Save it. Save your breath. We all know what he's suing for, but it's stupid, right? And I started to call this video, Drake just might be dumb. I said, no. You know what it is? This guy don't know how to take a loss, and he don't want to take the loss. So he'll spend millions, right? Spend millions of that stake money that he's gathering over there with Aiden Ross and the guy over there that runs stake. All the money he's getting over there, right? He'll just take that money and pay these lawyers indefinitely. The lawyers will happily get it. We're on retainer. We'll be there every day. We'll add more shit. Whatever you say, Drake, Mr. Aubrey Graham, sir, we'll add anything you want to this thing, right? You want to know if he went to the dentist? We'll request that too. This appeal is going nowhere because you can't introduce any new information. What he's doing is he's just repackaging up the same thing, and he wants a jury this time. I don't see this happening, gang. I don't see them wasting the court's time. Judge Vargas was very, very clear in her determination that it's non-actionable, right? Drake is the kid that doesn't know how to lose. I'm just going to be honest. I don't know if they buttered him up if he ever played soccer or cricket or whatever they got going on up in Canada. But I don't know if when he lost, they gave him a trophy anyway, right? I don't know if up in Canada, I know Canada's a great place. They're really nice people. Really, really, really good atmosphere up there. I liked Canada when I went up there. I felt safe. It was very nice. I love Canada. I'm going back. So maybe maybe up in Canada, they give everybody the same size trophy. Because Drake don't understand, he lost miserably. He didn't have enough rhymes. You didn't have enough bars. You gave up too quick on the Heart Part 6, right? This is what nobody talks about. He gave up, right? At the end of the Heart Part 6, he said, you're pushing this too far. You're dragging it, right? I'm paraphrasing, but literally, he basically was like, you know what? This is gone. You're doing too much. You're dropping too much. I'm not really trying to be sitting here all summer dropping these records. You win, right? He talked about Not Like Us being a cool dance record if he wasn't lying so much. You finally made a record I can dance to. I would dance to it if you wasn't doing so much lying on it, right? He accused him of lying on Not Like Us. That's where his feelings got involved. Bro, it's a battle. We're going to say really mean things about each other, right? You literally said, I beat my wife. Right? You said, do you hit her because she's smaller because you're smaller than her? You hit her because she's bigger than you? Oh yeah, you said a lot of crazy shit. You insinuated my best friend was banging my wife and had a baby out of wedlock. And I'm raising the baby. You said some heinous things, Mr. Drake. So, end of the day, we both said mean things to each other. It's just, I got you. I got one up on you. Mine stuck. Yours didn't. Right? Your fans tried to make people believe the stuff you were saying, but nobody believed it. But they believe what I said. So this is what Kendrick is standing on. Now, we're watching a guy who lost the war of words. He then suited up, formed a petition, ended the petition, turned it into a full lawsuit to everybody's chagrin, right? I keep telling you, back in the day, they was like, yo, you know that light-skinned nigga gonna sue? I was like, nah, ain't nobody gonna sue over no rap battle. You crazy. They was like, nah, Drake gonna sue. People was up on it. They was up, like, we all knew it was a possibility. We were like, yo, he kind of like, he kind of bubble bathily enough to do this. He kind of soft enough to sue, but he understands these rules, right? He understands that he studies rap battles for a living, don't he? He knows we don't sue. Ain't no way Aubrey Graham gonna end up in nobody's court over no rap battle. But you know what they did? They sat down, they had a think tank. They was like, you know what? We can't go in, we can't, I understand, Mr. Graham, I empathize with you, but we honestly can't go into court because of a rap battle. We have to make it bigger than that. It can't be, you can't sue Kendrick for a rap battle. It's not going to play out well. Judge won't even make it to the first day of court. They're going to throw that out. So, here's what I suggest. I've been thinking about this all night. Just hear me out. How was your relationship with Lucien Grange? You like him? You like the guy? It's irrelevant. We need to take a different angle on this. We can kill a couple birds with one stone. We can hit Lucien Grange, hit Spotify about the bots. Fuck it, even bring Drag iHeart in here. Let me put something together. We'll say that UMG is in cahoots with Kendrick. We'll say that they bought it Not Like Us so much that everybody thought it was winning. We'll say that the only reason that you look like you appeared to lose was because UMG marketed this thing so aggressively. They marketed more than yours. And the cherry on top, We're going to say that he called you a pedophile. We're going to say that he called you something so erroneous that you could never recover, that your career will never bounce back, and that'll be the angle. This will work. We'll just let me take care of it. I already got my team on it. We've been up all night. I just been waiting for you to wake up so we can bring it to your attention. Yeah, we're going to go after UMG. It won't even look like you're even talking about Kendrick. We know that the song is the center of the lawsuit. We get that, but by the time we get around to it, it'll look like you're going against UMG for the little guys, that you're going to change the culture of UMG. We all know that was bullshit. We all know the whole thing is based on him losing his battle, right? Just like we all know that J. Cole walked away from the battle because his first record, the only record that he did was a lame shot at Kendrick, and it had a whole bunch of nonsense that nobody fed into. So that's why J. Cole walked away from the battle. And we know that this lawsuit is because he lost the battle to Kendrick and he can't beat him lyrically, so now he's going to try to beat him in court. Some light-skinned shit, gang. I'm just going to be honest. Some soft suburbanite shit, gang. Just going to be honest, right? So what he did was he called up his lawyer team. They made up a plan, right? A fiendish plot to take this thing into the courtroom and get a win that way. And we might get a little bit of money at the top of it for to replace some of these fees that you paying me. This is what the lawyer said, right? We're going to concoct some shit that you had a $500 million deal on the table from Sony, but I didn't. We both know you didn't, but we're going to say this anyway. You had whatever you put into, whatever I put out there into the press, it becomes true, right? So whatever we say it is, your fans will run with it. They'll love it. They'll eat it up. So you had a $500 million deal on the table from Sony, which Lucien Grange was well aware of because you were negotiating at the time. So now we're going to say that in essence, Lucien Grange sat down with Kendrick, planned out this whole thing, the whole angle, pedophile, the whap, and everything else is all Lucien Grange, right? We're going to say that he concocted this. He sat down with Kendrick, laid out the whole, even the thing when you drop Family Matters and push-ups, and he came back with records immediately or whatever, when he killed your Family Matters rollout, we're going to say that was all Lucien Grange. We're going to put it all on paperwork. We're going to assassinate Lucien Grange, excuse me, at the same time. So what we got going on is a concerted effort from Drake and his legal team to make it look like we're not suing over a battle. We're suing because there's $500 million on the line that Lucien Grange doesn't want me to get. This whole thing was concocted so that my standing, my brand would take a severe hit with this pedophile accusation. And not only would I will be able to move the same amount of streams that I was using before, I will appear to have lost a battle against my peer. And I will appear to have weird things on my record that I can't explain, which will, in essence, make it seem like Kendrick was right and I am indeed one of these guys that is not a good human being. So we're going to take all of that stuff. Once I word it up, it'll be great. Don't you worry about it. It'll look like you actually have a real case, right? Well, will it look like I'm just being petty? No, it won't look like you're being petty. We're going to make so much legal jargon, it'll seem like the judge has no choice but to take months reading this backwards and forwards. And the judge did. The judge took months on this thing because they made it look so official. They made it seem so real that this guy was distraught over this one word, man. Like being a domestic abuser is okay to call somebody, right? But you can't call him a pedophile, right? And if that had stuck, we wouldn't even have no case right now because people would have been talking about K-Dot as an abuser. The only people saying that was a handful of people that low-key get paid, and they spread it around, and then the people that want to believe it started running with it, but it didn't last long. The narrative didn't last long. They wanted it to stick, it didn't. That Kenny is this he got a wife beater on with a can of Schlitz malt liquor going around, just hitting his wife, hitting his kids, and just being an awful person in the house. You don't believe that, and I don't believe that, right? So when Drake put that in the record, it fell flat. But the whap didn't fall flat. A lot of people was like, yo, this guy do got a weird case. Why is he around? Like, what's going on? Everything in the song stuck. So that's why this guy lost a battle. Wait, this ain't the only reason he lost a battle. That's what people understand. Not Like Us was the cherry on top. You do remember that, right? The battle was already over. Technically, when you was on Twitter, Facebook, all of these social medias, which they try to say also, that was negotiated and contrived by Lucien Grange. to appear that he lost on social media. So all of this stuff they're trying to say it all was concocted and this, that, and the third. But at that time, social media was pretty much leaning really heavily that the battle was over. By the time we got to meet the Grams, this, that, and the third, Euphoria, this battle was already cooked, right? Then when he dropped, before he dropped the Hard Part 6, it was already going to Google. We were already like, and the winner, right? And the new, right? It was already cooked. The champion was like, we had already gave him. So the Not Like Us was already, that was pumpkin pie, gang. Then it was over. We was eating dessert. That was a dessert. That was a slice of pie with some Cool Whip, right? So it wasn't like he won the battle with that. The battle was already cooked. That's why you made the Hard Part 6 and laid down, right? At the end of the day, like, I don't know if y'all remember that movie Carlito's Way when Benny Blanco shot Carlito and he walked away and Carlito was like, yeah, this it. Can't go with me on this ride. Lay down, right? Carlito had to lay down. Drake was Carlito. He was supposed to lay down. He don't know how to lay down. The battle was over, but this guy doesn't understand that. He doesn't know when to let go. So this is why we got a petition, then we got a lawsuit, and now we have an appeal. No one can get through to this guy because they can't. Why would you listen to anybody if you're Drake, right? They concocted this thing about the $500 million deal with Sony on the table. They're saying that Kendrick ruined that. That's why they're in court for damages. This is a thing about money now. This isn't even about the battle. If they can prove that the Not Like Us record damaged him financially, then that's what the case is going to end up ultimately leading. His fans have estimated somewhere up to $1 billion that he's going to get. This is what his fans believe, right? The Bubble Bath Rappers fans, they live in an alternate universe, gang. They live in a universe where Thanos should have snapped, right? Got half these niggas out of here. But at the end of the day, they live in an alternate universe where this appeal is going to... Do you remember when they canceled the case, when the judge dismissed the case? All these posts went up about the appeal, that Drake was going to win the appeal. So they don't even... They just as bad as him. They don't know how to lose, when to quit, when to lay down, right? Carlito's Way. They don't understand that. So his fans think that this appeal is a good idea too. They just go... They live by the sword, die by the sword. They just like, whatever Drake say... Right? Then your boy Maul say the case is over when Drake says it's over. Do y'all realize what kind of delusion you are dealing with? You're dealing with something you've never seen before. This is some next level shit. Well, you seen it with your He Who Shall Not Be Named and his MAGA people. You seen it there, so we can't say we've never seen it before. This is just another iteration of that, but the same shit. So now we got a guy who can't lose, won't lose, right? You took the wrong message from Diddy, or we shouldn't have took no message from Diddy. Can't stop, won't stop. He can't stop, he won't stop. So now we got this goofy appeal. I want to read this article. I'm not going to read no 60-page appeal. You will never get that, but I will read this article by Nancy Dillon on rollingstone.com because she kind of just lays it out for you, and I want to talk about this. Drake appeals the dismissal of Not Like Us defamation case, calls the ruling dangerous. He argues the lower court created an unprecedented rule that rap diss tracks can never be actionable. They can't, Drake. Rap tracks are hyperbolic. They can't be actionable. You can't say that that's true. All you can do is speculate if it's true or if it's not true. Just like they can speculate that you got a daughter. They can speculate that Kendrick beat his wife. They can speculate that Kendrick's son ain't his or his daughter, whatever the case. They can speculate and go on Twitter and talk shit. They can't say that it's true or false because someone said it in a rap battle. It's just a fact, Drake. This thing was started on competition. This is where we are. Rappers battle each other and say heinous things, whether it's true or not, to get a reaction. It's been happening since Kool Moe Dee jumped up on stage and took Busy B out. And in this scenario, you're Busy B, right? People that don't know, Kool Moe Dee watched Busy B win battle after battle with what he perceived as weak-ass raps. These bong, diggy, bong, the dang a day. He saw he saw Busy B come in, grab the mic, say, you might as well give me the money because I'm Busy B. I came to win. So Busy B would sit there and these kind of, let's be honest, they was kind of basic, but he was so, at the time, commercially viable because he had a brand name. He saw this happening, and Kool Moe Dee Really, he ambushed him, gang. I'm going to be honest. Kool Moe Dee jumped up on that stage one night that Busy Bee was about to win again, right? He was the goddamn host. He wasn't even in the damn battle, had no business doing this. He kind of usurped what his power was, but he jumped up on stage, started dissing Busy Bee right there on the stage. Busy Bee with a bottle of champagne looking stunned like, what's happening? You mean I'm not winning right now? Busy Bee got attacked by Kool Moe Dee, and Kool Moe Dee was sharper. His lyrics were more efficient. He was a better rapper than Busy Bee in every kind of way, and he took Busy Bee out right there in the battle. That's what we do. That's what hip-hop is, right? And Busy Bee never, let's be honest, he never fully recovered. He went on, but he never really had his career took a dip after that. That's what happens in these battles, okay? And in this scenario, Kendrick is Kool Moe Dee, and Drake is Busy Bee with a bottle of champagne, hence the name Champagne Poppy, okay? So let me continue with this article. Drake files opening brief to revive defamation case over K. Lamar's Not Like Us. 3 months after a federal judge dismissed Drake's defamation lawsuit against Universal Music Group, the superstar rapper and his lawyers filed an opening appellate brief today that seeks to overturn the ruling and revive his bid for damages over Kendrick Lamar's Grammy-winning diss track. He won a Grammy for dissing you, bro. And you're dragging this shit out. We're going to go on 3 years soon, right? We've already hit the 2-year mark. If yours filed an appeal, this is going to take months. So we're still not over this nonsense. The most ridiculous lawsuit in the history of rap is going to be stamped forever as Aubrey Drake Graham. However you say the man's name, a.k.a. the bubble bath rapper. In the new 60-page brief obtained by Rolling Stone, Drake argues that Lamar's track states as an unambiguous matter of fact. Is that what you do when you make a rap? It's unambiguous matter of fact. You remember he didn't call Drake directly a pedophile. He said certified lover boys, certified pedophiles. Didn't say Drake. But let's keep this pushing, right? He also he said that he is a certified pedophile. He also claims Universal Music Group relentlessly marketed the song in a way that misled consumers. I told you, man, when you get this legal jargon, gang, it sounds so much worse. It misled consumers and caused him serious harm. See, the serious harm means his record sales went down. Now, this is what I've been telling you for months. Drake has had a resurgence of sales that are at a level he has not seen. He hit 1 billion. All kind of nonsense went on because UMG realized before the thing was dismissed that if this thing goes to court and he does show a significant loss in stream and revenue, his case will have legs. And at that point, he can say they damaged me, and he can say it was because of the Not Like Us record. So what UMG did, they went downstairs to the same promotion marketing team that hadn't worked in months on Drake. They was like, yeah, pull out your old Drake files and all your old contacts, all your connects. We need you to double time promoting Drake again. They were like, oh yeah, Drake is back on. We back on Drake, guys. Yep, Drake back on, double time. Drop everything else you got going on. Shania Twain, whatever you working on, drop it. We need to push Drake full time, forthwith, right? So they started pushing Drake crazy. Drake numbers went through the roof, all the old shit, right? They started making sure you remember, oh, shoulda went back to you. All the old shit, everything. Push it. All the old records, Take Care, everything started going up the charts crazy. They nostalgia bombed you to death. And all his numbers went crazy. Therefore, he has no case, gang. You got to understand they're thinking deeper than me and you, right? We're thinking Drake's career is over. They like, not yet. Not yet. They like, listen, put the battery in the back. Call all your people in Singapore, everywhere else. Get these numbers up. And now the numbers are crazy. Drake numbers are better than they was before the goddamn battle, gang. I need you to understand what's going on. It ain't no accident. UMG put the battery in. Guess what happened? Judge Vargas looked around. She weighed all the elements. She's like, is he really taking a hit? We went right on Twitter. So all these goddamn dumbass Drake bots posted about how much streams he's getting. All these Drake bots shot his ass in the foot. Yo, Drake is the #1 stream artist of the year. Drake's Spotify numbers is crazy. So she looked on Twitter, looked back at the lawsuit. Motherfucker doing better than ever. Denied, bang, dismissed. See, that's what they don't understand. UMG was playing a higher level game than Drake. That's why the appeal ain't gonna work. Because they're like, what damages? They're not just see your ass got a 137 billion stream like some weird shit. Like, they're like, what are you talking about? What damages? That's why the lawsuit got dismissed. In actuality, do you understand the lawsuit was saying that he was damaged? And then when you looked up last year, this motherfucker ran the race. He was the first horse in the race on Spotify. He broke the ticker tape. So you can't say I got damaged when your streams are up. They're playing long-term chess, gang. So the case was never going to win. What damages was happening? People streaming you more than that. Motherfucker did you a fucking favor. They're going to be like, well, wait, at the end of the day, not like us seem to be very advantageous for your ass. So no, the shit was never going to work because UMG outplayed them. So he came back again. The only people winning in this right now is the goddamn legal team, right? Hanson, and Hanson, whoever the fuck he got. Hanson, and McGillicuddy. They're winning like crazy because at the end of the day, this is never going to go nowhere, but he still got to keep paying for it. All right, let me continue. In the new 60-page brief obtained by Rolling Stone, Drake argues that Lamar's track states in an ambiguous manner. Also, I read that. Hold on. The brief contends that the allegation carries a precise and readily understood meaning that is capable of being proven true or false. Right? A point the district court previously acknowledged according to the filing. So, I don't know what he expects to get out of this, but you're not going to win this. They're not going to overturn nothing. I don't know why you're still bringing this into the public psyche. Let me continue reading. Drake also claims that the dismissal of his lawsuit could have far-reaching consequences. Now he's going to try to say this is going to hurt somebody down the line, right? Look, when Tyrone goes in now, his case, his goofy case being dismissed is now going to hurt all the little guys again, right? Here we go with this fucking savior complex is straight up bullshit, gang. Let me continue. By ruling that rap diss tracks are non-actionable opinion, the lower court created a dangerous categorical rule that would shield artists and labels. Okay, nigga, that would shield artists and labels. Oh man, this shit is weird, gang. That would shield artists and labels from defamation liability, regardless of how direct or damaging a statement might be. He argues. So you're trying to make it so that some hypothetical shit comes along 10 years from now. They're going to see your ruling and say it doesn't matter. Well, Drake, I'm sorry to tell you, if it's a rap fucking battle, this is just basic knowledge that it shouldn't matter. Drake, that's what we're trying to get you to understand. If two niggas start battling in 2079 and a nigga calls them the worst shit ever, and the nigga gets mad and wants to sue him, he won't be able to because of your fucking loss. That's what this is saying. You're saying he should be able to get some get back. Well, say it, write your raps. Probably shouldn't be rapping. Probably by 27, probably by 26, 70, whatever the fuck. These motherfuckers gonna be using AI against each other anyway. It's gonna be AI versus AI. So no, he shouldn't be rapping and fucking able to sue. Drake wants you to be able to sue and make more people get the right to sue over rap battles, gang. It's silly shit. It's fucking ridiculous, gang. Let me continue, man. God damn, man. It's like, what's going on, man? Like, what's going on? Like, what's happening? Like, did we lose the plot? Like, Drake really is in this paperwork trying to make it easier for niggas to sue when they lose a rap battle. Because you don't sue when you win. So this shit is going to be for losers. He want this for the losers of rap battles. Make it make sense, gang. The court effectively created an unprecedented and overboard categorical rule that statements in rap diss tracks can never constitute statements as facts, his brief claims. Yes, nigga. His lawyers are very crafty, and they're making this shit sounds good, as if there's going to come some battle somewhere someday where a nigga says something that's just too far, and we gotta sue. No, I don't want rappers to ever have the fucking right to sue somebody because they battled them and lost. This shit is a lawyer's wet dream because they sat there and made a lot of money off this guy to write this goony Google ass shit. No, you shouldn't be able to fucking sue nobody because they made a rap record about you and you didn't like it. Okay? And at the same time, it shouldn't be nothing on your record or on your jacket where they can say it and it fucking stick. That's the party not saying it here. If I can call you that word and people could go back and see videos over the last 10 years that kind of look kind of shaky, that you might be one. That's the problem. So if I call you that shit in a rap battle and it sticks to your ass because it look kind of spooky, you shouldn't have the right to sue me for calling you that shit when you look like one in the first place. Let me tell you. And I'm not saying you look like a pedophile. I'm just saying that people kind of looking at a lot of these things that went on in a funny ass way. So that's when he got just like you told him on fucking, what's the name of the goddamn record? You told him on what's this shit? Fucking the one you made your voice like Tupac and the one you made your voice like Snoop, right? You told him to use the angle. You said that. I heard it on the Joe Budden podcast. You said that, right? You told him to use the angle because the angle already exists. And now you want to make it like you want people that already had a jacket on them to make it like they can sue if you say it about them. It's weird shit, gang. Ah, man. I'm almost done, man. I'm just going to be honest. Ah, Jesus. Drake previously filed his notice of appeal on November 12th in the U.S. Court of Appeals for the Second Circuit Court in Manhattan, signaling he would challenge the October 9th decision by U.S. District Court Judge Jeanette A. Vargas. In her ruling, Vargas concluded that Lamar's lyrics accusing Drake of pedophilia were non-actionable opinion rather than statements of fact. Quote, the issue in this case is whether the Not Like Us record can reasonably be understood to convey as a factual matter that Drake is a pedophile or that he is engaged in sexual relations with minors. In light of the overall context in which the statements in the recording were made, the court holds that it cannot. She said the broader context of the song was a heated rap battle with incendiary language and offensive accusations hurled by both participants. Both participants, my G. You lost. He won. Move the fuck on. Ah, man, it's exhausting. It's exhausting, gang. It's exhausting. Adding that it would not incline the reasonable listener to believe that Not Like Us imparts verifiable facts. But in his filing today, Drake says the song's repeated references to pedophilia combined with its ubiquitous cover art, you mean your house with all them goddamn offender tags all over the house, that shit was hilarious. And we already knew where your house was at because Kanye already tweeted that shit out. So everybody already had a picture of your fucking house. So go sue Kanye. All right, let me continue, man. Oh, man. Yikes. Adding that it would not incline the reasonable listener to believe that Not Like Us imparts verifiable facts. Gang, I'm cooked. I'm cooked, gang. I'm a salami in the oven that they forgot about, gang. I'm super cooked with this whole shit. It's like we beating a dead horse, dog. We beating a dead horse. This nigga Drake comes right back. Hi, guys. Remember me? This nigga's one of them fucking whack-a-moles, gang. You whack him on their head, and motherfucker come back up. It's weird, gang. You're not getting the message, man. You a 29-year fighter of fucking of the Japanese war. You're still fighting in the trench. You don't know it's over. You lost, B. Oh, man. Why? Drake's appeal asked the court to send the case back, insisting that his claim was he was defamed by Not Like Us. It is the question he decided at trial, not a motion to dismiss. Man, I'm not reading no more of this shit, man. Listen, you can't sue in a rap battle, man. Don't work like that. Never happened before, never happen, will happen again. The next sucker that try to sue in that joint, I think he gonna just gotta get beat up, gang. I'm just gonna be honest. We can't keep having, it's weird shit, gang. It's weird shit. And it's like the culture, we let niggas in because they can make some money or they can sing this, that, and the third. And we not checking these niggas' credentials, man. Ain't nobody supposed to sue on no rap battle. In the story. I don't give a fuck how big your label record deal is or who's on your fucking team or who your security is and this and that. I don't give a fuck about none of that, man. I know dudes got a brand to protect, but this is hurting your brand badly, dog. I can't do no more talk about this shit, man, because end of the day, we're beating a dead horse, and if you still got to argue, and I still ain't get at that goofy nigga that be on that fucking channel What's this dude, man? What's this fucking executive? He has the Drake guy on his fucking channel, Ray Daniels, and he has this goofy ass Drake defender with his goddamn hat on back, was always screaming. Niggas like that is why they the problem, man. Because they sit up there and they scream that this guy has a case and they try to make it everybody else's fucking fault. Right? Instead of talking about what Drake didn't do in the battle, they want to talk about what Kendrick did. Right? Instead of saying, well, Drake should have defended himself better, right? They both had fucking swords. They both had shields. They both had armor on. He just fucking didn't use his shit right. He was never equipped to win. He was never going to win, right? Fake bully. I hate bully ass nigga. End of the day, man, I'm out of here, man. Drake, listen, bro. Do what you want to do. Use your stake money for whatever you want to use it for. Pay the lawyers for the rest of your life. I don't give a shit, man. You're not going to ever win this shit. You can drag this shit for 10 years. I don't care. You can do whatever you want to do. We just going to keep eating off your ass, man. You bread pudding right now. I'm being honest. So we eating real good off you, man. Do what you want. Keep the case going. Whatever. You're not going to win. And all these goofy ass bots ain't doing shit, but just going on and on. I saw your boy Ray from Twitter got another page because they banned his ass. He one of the worst fucking offenders of this shit, and he's still out there. You got all these guys, July and all these other Aubrey's attorney and just all these different people. They just nonsense keeping this shit going, man. This is why hip hop is all screwed up. But guess what? Hip hop is doing fine. It's your fucking ass that's in shambles. I'm gonna leave it at that, man. CLBMG. Head on over to black-yeti.com. Let them know who sent you. They ship all over the continental U.S. All right, every Wednesday night we go live on the What Show, 9:15. All my social media platforms lock in. Plus, go on your search bar, type in this, that, Challz Brown. That's the new video featuring me, TJ, and Fliz off the What Project on all streaming streaming platforms. Tap in. Let me know what you think about that. Get in the video comments. Share the video, man. I'm out of here, man. I'm gonna catch you on that flip side. Peace.
Look, mission impossible to drop a few lines without dropping old times when Southern Hill was still a gold mine. When pistol grips was my shit and I sold mine. When Alias was not a show and they told mine. Elevate your mind with high quality THC infused products. BlackYeti.com. Black-Yeti.com.
CLB.
Get my coat, get my sheepskin, grab my wallet, get my pocket knife, and get that hat right there. We out. Grab my pocket knife too. Let's go. When I first came to the city, niggas didn't believe me. I just wanted to join a team and throw assist pass easily. 6 man off the bench, alley-oop pass freely. Suit up for one game and hope a scout might see me. But nah, niggas is greedy, wasn't rocking with him. Unplugged the scoreboard, put a lock on the gym. Told me to power forward, point guard at the rim. And left me with no center and a ball full of phlegm. Not knowing that I'm a dog, a Rottweiler within. With the heart of a pit bull that don't bark for pretend. My bites cut deep, break the bone and the skin. With the level of hustlenomics you do not comprehend. So first I took a block down on the west side end. And then secured a spot with some goons and some kin. And then sent out some flyers, let the games begin. And in 6 months time, the city like that's him. Oh yeah, he the one that moved the hustle to the burbs. And yeah, he the one that knocked the hustlers off the curb. And yeah, he the one that set up shop without a word. And he the one that got it cracking. And all he did was rapping by the Hooters. I kept killers from being shooters. Put a mic in a thug's hand, now he loyal like Pats fans. Take a man off the streets past the needles and crack cans. Promise mama to keep him safe, then put some food in his face and he'll kill for you. But I don't need him for that. Click like, click share, tell them bitches we back. Share the whole location, tell them niggas where we at. Cause we out here, we ain't the cheese, we the trap.